Hey everybody, this is Robin from Our Wild Way, and today I wanted to share with you the unit study that my kids and I are going to be doing this summer, well actually in about a week, for our ocean unit. We've studied the ocean quite a few times, but we're going to do this unit from Be Naturally Curious called Freddy and His Ocean Friends. It's a little bit young for my kids, but these units are so adorable. There's tons of activities. The illustrations are really lovely. Be Naturally Curious actually has a ton of units. Really fun, really adorable unit studies. They all come in like a little story form. The illustrations are really nice, the information is good, and they all have a bunch of activities. So, usually I have these bound, but see, here's activity 1, flanking. Make a plankton race. Find a friend who can also make a flanking plankton. There's journal pages, experiment journal pages, food web. There's just so much great information here for the kids, and hands-on, and like I said, really great illustrations, which is something that I am a huge fan of. So this is kind of the spine, if you will, of what we're going to be doing for this unit. I will print one of these out for both of my kids, and we're going to have a lot of fun with this. The next thing that I want to show you is this beautiful wool felted Playscape. Now, my children and I made this about 5 years ago, and it has been played with so much. It has lasted through thick and thin. It's had to be washed. We love getting these little life cycle toys that, I mean, they played with these for hours. And these little toys from Safari. They have an ocean tube, and that's T-O-O-B. I'll link down in the comments to it. Safari also made these awesome life cycle toys. But they have the name of what it is underneath, and they're just so much fun. They have a tube for every subject you can think of, and my kids have gone crazy for them since the beginning. If you're interested in learning how to make one of these playscapes, I recently posted a video making a pond Playscape, and you can easily follow the directions for that and adapt it to the ocean. So I'll go ahead and link down in the description for that tutorial. I actually did this one double-sided, so the thought process behind this was kind of to make a Florida beach. So this is where we are now, and then to make our California beach, which is where we're from. And for the California beach, we'd put rocks on the beach, and it's got the seaweed, and it's just a lot more turbulent on the Pacific coast. So we really wanted to talk about the differences in our coasts, and we put the rocks here for discussions about tide pools, how the water comes in and gets trapped and animals live in here. They also use shells, and they've had a ball with this ocean playscape. Another wonderful resource that we have always used when we study oceans, or really when we study anything, are 3-part cards. 3-part cards are a Montessori concept, and the idea behind these cards is that the children will be manipulating the cards so that they retain the information better. And 3-part cards are just like they sound. They all come with 3 parts. And this style with a picture and the word, and then the picture and the word separate over here, are for the, say, 3 to 6-year-old age group. Once you get into elementary, this card would be replaced with a definition or a description, and the children would have to match up the picture, word card, and description, so it gets a little bit more difficult. But these are such a great resource. My kids have loved them, and I always enjoy getting the little toys to be matched up with the cards. These 3-part cards that I got from, I believe these came from Imagine Our Life, which is a beautiful blog. I will link down in the comments to these 3-part cards. These 3-part cards actually match up with one of the ocean tubes, so all of the cards can have a little toy to go with it, which is just so much fun. Another set of 3-part cards that we use is the World Ocean cards. So it's the same idea: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic, Arctic, or Southern Sea. You got the Arctic, Southern Sea, Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian. So the kids just use this to match up where these oceans are. And then we have them point out on the globe, and it works out really well for information retention. Next, it's always nice to have a little box for these to go in. Next, and this is one of my favorite resources out there. I love this book. I love this book series by Julia Rothman, Nature Anatomy. It is so gorgeous. It's beautifully illustrated. It's a quality book. And here in the back, it has a little ocean section. And in here, there's so many great ideas of pictures you can draw with your kids for your nature journals. A lot of information, but not too much information. Anatomy of a jellyfish, different types of jellyfish. It's a simple book to read through, but there's a lot of information, and it's really engaging. Look at this. Look at these shells. Aren't these wonderful? I prefer illustrations to photographs, but I like them both. Harvesting, processing, and eating seaweed. Here's a description for, or instructions, if you will, for a seaweed facial mask. We're gonna do this. My kids love face masks. This is definitely one of our favorite books to use for, all sorts of nature. Look at the constellations, the moon cycle. There's just so much in here. And there is a set of 3 of these. There's nature anatomy, food anatomy, and farm anatomy. Next is this really cool Ocean Creatures jigsaw book. It's got 5 48-piece jigsaws with different themes. Now, I really like these jigsaw books, especially the ones that are themed to the different unit studies we're doing. The kids can sit and do a puzzle while listening to me read or watching a little documentary. It keeps their minds engaged. Also listening to audiobooks, that's another great thing that we enjoy doing. And that doing a puzzle or playing with sensory sand or something like that keeps the hands busy and their little brains engaged. That's one of my secrets to all these books. Here's another book that I just adore. This is by David Wiesner, and it's Flotsam. And the only words are here. The rest of it is just gonna be up to your imagination. And look at these beautiful illustrations. You get to tell the story here. I'm just going to give you a quick little run through. But look at how much fun this book is. And your kids can figure out the story, or you can tell the story and go on this adventure together. Look at this. This is wonderful. It's a Caldecott winner. I can see why. Look at this. It's basically about this camera traveling around the ocean as Flotsam. And that's something that floats. The camera floats, and it's traveled all around the world to different children. Here is another great book. This comes in a series, the One Small Square series. This one is Seashore. There's a whole lot of these books, and they are worth picking up and taking a look at. They really make you look at a smaller area. So you're looking at one small square. Usually it's a meter by a meter. And you just observe that small space. See what changes. Even if it's just your backyard, you see what changes day to day, month to month. But it just shows you observation and what can change in these small little areas. There's a lot of information packed in here. Gorgeous little books. Another good one is The Great Undersea Search. This is an Usborne look and find book. I really like these. They're kind of like the Magic Eye books, but these have just a little bit of information. So you're gonna find out all sorts of fun facts and things that are happening under the sea. So, you know, you gotta find the banjo fish, and it's a little bit of information. Prehistoric seas, the shipwreck, the rocky shore. And look at how wonderful the illustrations are here. And then again, you just get a little snippet of information. It's fun, it's educational. That is a win-win. And then this here is from the Eyewitness book series. And these Eyewitness books, I absolutely buy them whenever I can because they're just so full of information, and they're gorgeous books. Gorgeous books. We use them constantly for every subject. You know, they range from ocean to automobiles to history. There's really one on every subject. The DK books are really, see, here's an example of all the different subjects they have. These are just so great. Look at that, Oceans of the Past. We're going to be using this for our prehistory unit coming up here in a few weeks. And Seashore. So we'll probably read a few pages. Next, I've got these. These are just going to be fun little activities. This is a dig and discover shark tooth. It's actually from the Target dollar spot, and these were $3 a piece. And I don't know, my kids have done a whole bunch of these. Not the shark tooth one, but they've done a bunch of these like dig, and they always seem to enjoy them. So it'll keep them busy for a couple hours at the very least. Making messes and digging holes and stuff. Cool little bags too. These will actually be great bags for the 3-part cards and animals. Oh, yes. And last but not least, I've got the ocean sensory bin that I just made for the little toddler. I posted a video on earlier of putting the putting the sensory bin together and playing with it a bit. This is something that we enjoy so much in our house. Different sensory bins and discovery bins. I really like using the wooden bowls and the natural materials. I do use plastic too, but this is really what I prefer. It's just so nice to get your hands on wood and you know, real natural materials. I have some wonderful California sea glass and pebbles in here, which reminds me of home, and it gives the kids a little taste of where they're from. It's so different. The beaches are so different out there than they are here in Florida. It's amazing. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this little unit study that I've put together. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section and I will help you out as best I can. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please consider doing so, and make sure to hit that little notification button so you can be alerted every time I post a new video. I'm going to be putting up a bunch of new unit studies and crafts and unboxings. I've got like 4 big giant boxes sitting at the door right now just waiting for me to dig into them. I'm really kind of excited about that. I just organized my closet, so I actually have room for some new fun material. It's summertime, so we do school year round, but I try to make it fun. I mean, I try to make it fun all year, but I at least try to change it up during the summertime. We're doing some new library programs and summer camps and stuff like that. Summer is busy, so we're just gonna play games and have fun at home. Yeah, so I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.